Welcome to another Figuring Out Japan video. We sell all the coolest Japanese collectibles and figurines straight out of Japan, and you can find out more details about us in the description of this video, including our Facebook page and our eBay store. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is showing you some fake figures on eBay. And the reason I'm doing this is because a lot of customers ask us or have said that they've been duped in the past. And it's a common question, how do you tell the difference between a fake figure and a real figure? Now, the thing that I want to make very clear from the beginning of this video is what you're going to be seeing here is legitimate. I'm filming this at the end of April 2016, so these are real listings. I'm just going on the internet and seeing stuff, and I don't want anybody to report any sellers that you see on here. I don't want you to, the purpose of this video is not to shame people or disgrace people or anything like that. It's really just to protect you guys of being able to yourselves actually know how to, detect if something is fake or not, because I'm only going to be showing a handful of fake listings. The reality is there are lots and lots of fake listings out there on the internet, so there's no point reporting one or two. To be honest, eBay is not going to do anything anyway, because that's how they make their money. They make money by people selling stuff, so they're not going to shut down somebody who is selling a lot of stuff. And the other thing is, it's very hard to actually prove and convince eBay that somebody is actually selling fake stuff. So that's really my only request with this video, is that you don't actually go and report or have any action, because the way we view it is, these people are not competitors. They're selling stuff a lot cheaper than what we can, but they're selling fake stuff. And if you want to go and buy fake stuff and pay a lot less, that's entirely up to you. There's no hard feelings about that. But if you are wondering, the thing that you got to keep in mind with fake stuff is that its resale value is basically worthless. So if you are somebody who likes collecting stuff and kind of buying and selling a bit, or having a collection that's worth a lot of money, fake figures basically have zero. If you ever go to sell it in the future, it's not going to be worth anything. Whereas if you buy an authentic item, they pretty much always go up in value because they become collectibles and harder to get. But I've just chosen an item here. So I've searched the Gohan Master Stars piece. So this was a figure that was released in Japan a couple of months ago. And the Master Stars piece figure is a very popular line of figurines. And naturally it has a lot of people selling fake stuff. So I've just searched this in the eBay search bar, and I've just ordered them by price lowest first. So you can obviously order things by a lot of stuff. Now, if I look here at the the first thing that comes up here, I can instantly tell before I even click on the item that this is fake. The first thing that sticks out to me, and admittedly you do need a little bit of product knowledge, but this figure here has a black round base. Now I know for a fact, because we sell this figure, I've seen it, that the real thing, actually, I think I saw one here. So the real one, this is actually what the real one looks like, and it doesn't have a black base. In fact, it doesn't have any base at all. It has this little stand thing on the leg. You can actually remove that. You don't even need that. It actually will stand by itself even without that. Some people actually ask us about that, because we get a lot of earthquakes here in Japan. Particularly for the bigger and heavier figures, Banpresto does tend to include these kind of things to just give it that little bit more support, but you don't actually need it to make it stand in normal conditions. So straight away I know it's got a base. Why do they have a base? Probably because the quality is bad. These are quite tall figures, quite heavy figures. So to get the weight distribution and the balance right is quite difficult. So it's cheaper for them or easier just to make a plastic base. The second thing I notice is that it doesn't have a box, which is pretty strange for a new figure to not have a box. And I can tell you that in Japan, all Banpresto figures will have a box when they are released new. The third thing is it doesn't actually use the word Banpresto, which is the manufacturer of this figure. The fourth thing that stands out to me is that the price is very cheap. If you got this figure for double that price, even double the price would be a good price. I would say at the moment, currently, sort of market value for a genuine figure of this would be around $60, $65. So, obviously that's a lot cheaper. And, please don't think I'm being racist here. I'm just trying to tell you guys as it is. But if you see that an item is from China, I can guarantee you it's fake. Hong Kong, there are a couple of legitimate sellers from Hong Kong, but again, most of the time, probably at least 90% of the time, if it comes out of Hong Kong, it's going to be fake. So even before clicking on this item, I can tell that this is not going to be good news. So now that I click on the item, I can see that here the seller has 98.9%. Now most sellers will not have 100%, so don't be alarmed by that. But actually that is, considering the volume that they've got here, over 1% of their transactions have, unsatisfied customers. And that's actually pretty high. I would say you'd really want a seller to probably have at least around 99.5%. And if I actually click on here, I can see here, figurine is a fake, bad quality, marks, glue, and scratches. So this was actually another Dragon Ball one. And, it'll be the same things as I'm pointing out in the other one. But, again, I can tell straight away just by looking at that is a fake item. The quality and the way it looks just looks different because I've seen this figure for real. So, and, at first glance it looks okay, right? But, clearly this is a fake. Bent part, broken parts, slow shipping, so they're cutting costs on, really dodgy and crappy shipping. 6 weeks to get, average product, poor quality, paint chip, boxes damaged, all this sort of stuff. So a lot of people not happy, pieces don't fit, waste of money, all that sort of stuff. So people are obviously not happy about it, and there's probably not much else that we can see with that one, but they haven't really expressly told you, in my opinion. They're almost trying to pass this off as a legitimate one, but I can tell you 100% sure that is fake. Now if we go to another one here, again, same things apply. I can tell that the quality is off. The face looks kind of weird. It's got a base. Very, very cheap. Cost there, relatively low. Feedback, so these people aren't actually massive sellers. Arrived broken. Figure isn't great. The stand it came with doesn't hold up the figure, so even with the stand it doesn't hold it up. So, paint is horrible, chipped and horrible, all this kind of stuff. So, didn't come as pictured, told me to repair it. Pieces were broken, all this kind of stuff. So, not a good situation. But this seller actually states here, China version, not authentic. So, these sellers I really don't mind at all because, they're telling you in plain English basically that it's fake. They can't use the word fake because then eBay will take their items off. But, manufacturing in China, China version not authentic, China version may have minor imperfections. So they're telling you that this is a fake item, and you have to, even it says, brand here, unbranded, you have to be able to identify for yourselves that is not legitimate. I didn't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to rush a little bit here. But again, this one actually is the same seller as before. I know that this box actually has like a cardboard. It's actually like a thick cardboard, but I can see here from the picture this is actually like a paper thin package. So what they've probably done is just like copied somehow the box and then printed that on just sort of cheap paper. I can also see the point where the gold Toei animation sticker is supposed to be is actually blank, and it's just got the underside printing on it. I can tell again that, you know, the joints here, you know, this is where the cheapness in quality really starts to show. The joints don't seem to match up very well, and I can tell myself that the figure itself just doesn't look very good. The head's sort of slanted. Just the overall feel of it looks different. Even the logo is much bigger than it's supposed to be. So just little things like that that you can just kind of pick up on. And sometimes they actually use the word original box. But original doesn't mean authentic. So here they've actually said come with box and all details as the picture shows. So that's kind of their cop out. You know, what you see is what you get, and what you're actually looking at is not authentic. So they're technically not lying. Here's another one. The POP figures are often copied as fakes. So again, only one picture, and it's like a standard, you know, generic picture that probably Banpresto, or in this case Mega House, has supplied from China, unbranded. So again, here they actually tell you Chinese version, no retail box, you know, all this kind of stuff. And you know, here they're a massive store. They got lots of fake items. And again, if I look at the feedback rating, that will probably show. Is this the same one I saw before? I don't know. So thought the paintwork would be better. So that's dinner honor, you know, fake Banpresto logo on foot, counterfeit item, not happy. So that's actually a Dragon Ball one. Another fake item. You know, all this sort of stuff. You know, poor resolution photos, all this kind of stuff that you can see. So usually, most people will leave positive because they know they're buying a fake. So, you know, they're not going to turn around and complain because they know they've got something cheap and they didn't spend much money for it. But there's always these sort of people who actually thought magically they could buy stuff half the price or a third of the price and get the real thing, and that's just not going to happen. So another couple here. So yeah, I mean, a figure like this just looks rubbish. It looks nothing like the original. Just terrible quality. And another one here, the figure arts. Figure arts often have fake figures. So again, stock photos of the original being used here, but very cheap price. Even if you were to buy that in Japan without international shipping, without eBay fees, without anything, that would be at least 4 times the price, I reckon. Out of China, very low feedback score. Pretty quickly it'll come out. You know, smells horrendous, so it's used like, you know, crappy quality. You know, all broken, all this sort of stuff. Fits horrible, sizing is so off. Oh, so that's actually, so they're actually selling clothes and stuff as well. But yeah, unbranded, probably says here somewhere. Yeah, China, unbranded, you know, all this sort of stuff. Again, kind of weird resolution pictures. Again, just generic photos of the real thing. So you kind of get the picture. So anyway, that was, if people are interested, I can make more detailed views, you know, videos about this. But you know, I'm fortunate that I get to see these figures for real, so I know when they're fake or not. But I don't think it's very difficult just looking at some very easy signs and just spending, you know, 5 or 10 minutes just doing your homework, doing your product research. Even if you go to our shop and look at, because you can see all the real things there and compare it. We often have people ask us, and we always help you out. They ask, is this real or not? So yeah, I hope that video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. And again, just finally, please do not report or do anything bad to any of these sellers. They're just trying to make a living in their own way in the world. So I hope this video is useful, and I'll see you in the next video.